Welcome my dears. Now the topic is elements with occurrence. Usually in XML document the elements are repeated more than once. This is possible for an XML document to have the repeated number of same element, that is called occurrences. If any element are written in an XML document with n number of times, the sense it is one of the important constraint that we have to set for an element, how many times it should be appeared in an XML document. Especially for record keeping work, the element can be repeated more than once, but it is same element, that is important here. The same element occurrences can be specified in document type definition. It may be appeared exactly only once, which means the element may be single child, it should be returned exactly only once. Sometimes the same element may be appeared one or more number of times. We have to fix minimum as well as maximum occurrences for an element. Based on that, we have the second category, one or more number of times an element can be presented for an XML document. The third category, 0 or more. Here the element of a particular parent element may appear or may not appear. If it is available or it is appeared or it is included for any parent element, or it may not be included. If it is included, then we have to provide the maximum number of times. And the fourth category is 0 or 1. This is actually if the particular element to be treated as optional, the sense it may or may not appear. If it is appeared exactly only once. So the difference between the first one and the fourth one, slightly it is differentiated. Only once in the sense exactly it should be there at least, and we cannot provide the maximum boundary because exactly it should be only once and we should not miss out the particular element. But the fourth one, 0 or 1, it may or may not appear. If it is included as a child, in the sense definitely it should not more than once. And the middle two, slightly differentiated. The second category, 1 or more, minimum it should be there only exactly at least 1, and maximum is unbounded, that is n number of same element can be included. Say for example, employees in an organization, for each employee we would like to provide the basic and other deduction salary details. For this, all employees of an organization can be included. So this is a kind of record keeping work. So every record is treated as an element. The same element will be repeated. If we repeat the same element more than once, all number of times it will be having the same kind of structure, that is important. But the data value may be changed, but the structure will be same for all element. 0 or more, it may not be included. For a kind of situation, hobbies. we would like to specify hobby for all students. Some of the students, they may not have any hobby, so we can skip. So this is one of the important case that we have here. Coming to this, defining only one occurrence of an element. Here, address I have given. What is this? This is internal DTD. I have written within the XML document. Maybe the XML document saved with address.xml, and it is not necessary to store DTD separately. It's a DTD because it is stored along with an XML document. Here the address I have given temporary. What is temporary? It's a child element. It is appeared exactly only one number of time. How I have specified? In the sense, there is no symbol or operators used in this. Instead of that, if we have not specified any operator details, in the sense, it means the particular child element should appear exactly only once, and even we cannot skip the temporary element. So this is the case. We have register number, Aadhaar ID, or any identity. So only exactly only one that particular element can be a child for any parent element. So address which is having temporary address or permanent address. Here I have specified only temporary, and I am not specifying any detail about permanent. But the temporary element should appear only once. I cannot repeat the same temporary element more than once. This is only one occurrences of an element. Next, defining an element one or more number of times, which means a particular element can be repeated. Say for example, we have students. The student XML document, student element, it is plural, please note, and this is singular. Same element is repeated more than once. So this is the way the same element can be appeared or presented more than once. In the same way, students is a root tag, which is, and this is wrongly I have mentioned. What should be here? It should be same students. It's a students element which is carrying only one child, and it is repeated at least once, and it may be repeated more than once. It means minimum it should be 1 and maximum n number of times. This is the way the operator plus has been utilized. After that, we have to provide a detail about student. What is student? Student is a child element. It will be repeated 1 or more number of times and carrying text. Look at here, the same student. I have not changed any structure. Every time whenever the student element is repeated, and only the value will be changed. If I want to include one more, then I need to write student Gopi. I have given the same. Look at here, this is one student, it is completed, and another student also completed, and third student also completed. I have not changed the structure. What do you mean by structure here? The student, it's a skeleton, student opening tag and closing tag. In between, I should not include any child element for the student, because as per the document type definition, what we have given, students is a parent element and student is a child element, and the child which is carrying only text, and it is not defined with any child elements. So what is the operator? We learned plus is the operator used for specifying one or more occurrences for the same element. Next, 0 or more. The symbol is asterisk mark. The operator asterisk, it means the element student may appear for n number of times or may not appear. The option is 0 times. Minimum, if you want to skip the particular element, in the sense we can go for asterisk mark. So what is the operator should be used here? It should be asterisk star. And the element student, and what is the name of this? Students, as per this XML document, the students is a root tag, and here it should be student. We should be very careful to specify parent element as well as child element. Here I have specified the student is a root tag. Yes, I have given student is a root tag, and students which is having singular, student with its number of occurrences is more than once. So the operator what I have used, it's an asterisk mark. It means this operator is used for specifying the particular element and its occurrence is 0 times or unbounded, that is more number of times. I can, shall I write the same XML document differently? Yes, I can write students slash students. Is it right or wrong? There is no child element student. Please note, here I have not specified any child element as student, because the student element may or may not appear, because I have given asterisk mark end with the element student. So it may or may not appear. If it is appear, it may be one or more than one time. So we have repeated this for 2 times in this example, and in this example I haven't repeat the student element, I have missed out the student element. This is also possible and valid XML document. Next, operator is question mark. Accordingly, we have to change this also. What should be the child? It is parent or child? It's a parent, because as per our root tag, this is root tag which is having student. And what is the operator we use? The operator should be question mark. Operator should be question mark. So the operator question mark has been used for specifying 0 or 1. Please remember, this is a kind of binary situation for an element may or may not appear. But if we don't specify any operator like question mark, then it means the student should be presented exactly only once. But if we have question mark here, the element may or may not be repeated. Can you say whether the XML document is right or wrong? This is wrong. Why? Because as per this question mark, only one time the XML document, that is the XML element, can be appeared. So it should be only once, and we should not repeat this same element more than once, because the question mark means it is binary, so 0 time or it may be 1 time. If it is appeared, the sense exactly only once, and it may be skipped also. So this is, now this XML document is right. And also another version of the same element is, I have students with, there is no student element, so I can keep it as students. Is it right or wrong? This is also right or wrong? Yes, this is also a valid XML document. Why? Now this XML document follows 0, because the question mark is appeared written for student, in the sense the particular student element, this element, the student element may or may not be included. So here I have not included, I have skipped to include student element, but this is also valid one. This document follows 1, because binary 0 or 1. 1 in the sense, but I have not specified whether it is 0 or 1. Instead, I have given only student question mark. This is the way we can include the occurrences for an element. I can show you small XML document and its structure. This is, I would like to give an example for occurrence, setting occurrence for an element. So it should be closed properly. It's a comment out statement, we know that. And here I am starting the elements with first I would like to specify the doc type, exclamation. I can specify the elements. First, which one should be written, XML document or DTD? It is our choice. If you go for internal DTD, in the sense, if we are very clear with the parent, child, subchild and its structure, in the sense we can directly go for writing DTD. I would like to specify doc type. I can have exclamation doc type. Root tag is students, and I would like to have, this is the root tag, and the root tag will have some elements. Here I have specified doc type students, opening square bracket, closing square bracket I have given. Now I have to specify the elements detail. Element students, which is having student. If I give like this, only one time the student element can be appeared. So as per this, I have to start my element as students. I have given, look at there, as per our XML document, the root tag should start with the students. Yes, we have started with the students, and it has student, but I haven't specified about the student. This is the way we can specify how the student can be empty. The sense no need to carry any text for the student. Now the document is successfully compiled document, which means I have written document type definition as internal DTD. As per this DTD, the XML document I have prepared, so that it has shown validation successful. Even you can check validation successful will be appeared. Coming to this, if I want to have any text, what should I do? Hash PC data and closing this, and now I can keep any text for the student, or even I can keep the student as empty. It is my own choice. But if I include one more time, it may show some error. I hope you are able to see here. The student is not a valid one. Unexpected element student. The content of the parent element type must match. Here the type, in the sense, it means this one. I want to keep the student more than once. The sense I should go for plus operator here. If I include plus operator, it means the student element may be repeated one or more number of times. So this is right one. Even I can skip. I can remove this document, that is element. It won't show any error. But in the future, I may include the same element for n number of times. Just I can change. Now I would like to have Prabhu. Then I can keep. So the same element is repeated more than once. This is also valid. Next, I can try with, if I give asterisk, it means this is one of the important operator used for specifying the particular element may or may not appear. Even I would like to remove all the elements, it won't show any error. Still the XML document is valid, because the asterisk mark is used for specifying the particular element and its occurrence is 0 time. We may not include, or if you include, then the number of times also unbounded. So this is a valid XML document. Even I can give this Sriram, Kirtana, Prabhu, Rajesh. These are the students I have for my student. Now if I change this, I can have one more valid situation. As I mentioned earlier, I want to keep the student is, student should be, at least one student should study this course. So student plus is apt to 1. For any kind of course, at least we should have one student. So the case is plus is opt 1. After which every student may have register number. How many times the register number can be repeated? Exactly only once. So this is, we should not include any operator here. We should not have question mark, plus or asterisk, because register number can be only once for a student. Then I can have, I need to specify that is element student that is student already we have given, the register number hash PC data. Suppose I have, why this is wrong here? Because every student will have register number. So we have to provide the register number for all the students. The register number, instead of giving the register number, better I can give name. Name also, only one name for a student. So I can skip this as name. So automatically every student will have this name element. So the first one I have name, student name, and here I need to specify name. Now the first element is right, and the same way for all child element I have to specify. Now I have removed all this. You can see here the student element which is carrying one child which is name, and it is carrying a text. Same way this element can be repeated. This is the way the records can be generated. I can give another student Gopi. I can say I have prepared two records. Look at there, the XML document may be growing with thousands documents, records, but only simple DTD we have returned. It has validating all entire XML document. Look at here, the name I have given. I should not use plus operator. Logically it is wrong because name exactly only once. Even I should not use question mark. If I use question mark, what will happen? If I include question mark, as per this, the document is valid, but the operator question mark is unnecessary here. If I include question mark, it means 1 or 0. So name should be there for all the student. Even if you remove this, it won't show any error. I have removed. So the identity of a student is removed. So it is wrong, right? So the place where we are using the operator is very important. Now it has shown error because the student has been skipped, that is name. I have to include the name. Just I have given, even for first record I have given all in caps, and second only first letter is in capital letter, but it is not being validated. This is one of the important drawback with the document type definition. The text cannot validate it as much. I can have the same way name I have given. Next, I would like to have element publications. The publications may be a child PC data. The publication will be a child for student. So where I have to specify, after the name I need to specify publications. So the publications is one of the child for name. Now I can say the publications may be repeated at least once and n number of times, or some of the student may not have any publications. So better I should go for asterisk. Students may or may not have publication details. I can go for question mark. It's a relevant one. Publications I have given. First student, who is Kirtana, and her publications Springer. She has published an article in Springer. And next student, who has not published any paper. So, it is not necessary to include no publications. So, instead I can skip this child element. It means the same. So, this is the way we have to include the operators properly. So, in our example, we have learnt the three operators. One is, as I have mentioned here, exactly only once, in the sense no operator required for this, and one or more we have the operator plus, 0 or more we have asterisk, and 0 or 1 we have the operator question mark. And you can use all these operators according to the need of the XML child element. We can use these operators only for the child elements and for the elements. These are the references I have used. Thank you for watching this session. Good luck.